Merry meet. This is Lady Lisa, your high priestess. Excuse me, my braces are acting up again. How is everybody out there? Hopefully, everybody is amazingly blessed. I have a huge house party to do tonight. Bunch of readings, totally epic. But I felt like I needed to get on and jump on and do this video really quick and get this out here to the world before I go ahead and do this, because it's really, really been laying heavy on my mind. And I've been on vacation for almost a month now, and where I'm at, it's very hard to upload videos. So let's get this on the road, okay? Now remember, I'm doing this all by myself. I don't have a cameraman, so everybody is just going to have to bear with me, okay? And I'm not going to make this long and drawn out or anything of the sort. First, we're going to be talking about some candle magic. Then we're going to be talking about the Book of Shadows. Now, being a high priestess, witch, psychic, medium, clairvoyant, empath, intuition, intuitive. There we go. Oh goodness, laughter is the best magic in the world. Anyway, I perform every type of spell there is in the world. I make up my own spells as well. I've been doing this for over close to almost my whole entire life, and I'm 42 years old. Okay, I do a lot of spells for people. A lot. And a lot of the spells that I do for people are hexing and unhexing spells. But this is just a court case candle, one of the court case candles that I will work with. The reason why I'm on here explaining this to you is because what people don't understand is the magic world is extremely sensitive. When I say that, what I mean is a spell is a stepping stool. First and foremost, you don't have to agree, and not everybody will. And that's okay. I love you for who you are and what you agree on. First of all, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how many times you've done spells, you could be a master spellcaster like myself. If Mother Universe does not grant the request, no matter what spell it is you're doing, there's nothing you can do, no matter how hard you tried. That's number one. Number two, let's just say Mother Universe does grant the request. You open your circle, you cleanse yourself, you open your circle, you protect yourself, you do your ritual, you close the circle. Universal law is, once the candle magic has begun, there's no more speaking of the magic to anybody. You're not supposed to show anybody. You're not supposed to talk to anybody. You're not supposed to go to another psychic and ask questions pertaining to the spell. It weakens the magic. That's a fact. Some may not believe. Some may believe, and that's okay. That's a stickler rule that I go by. If I communicate with you about updates on your candle or any type of spell that you wanted, we're going to do it in code. And you're always going to have my phone number. You're always going to have a Gmail if you want it. And we're always going to communicate face to face, because there's nothing fake about me or my work. Now, when I do spells for people, I give specific instructions. The reason I give specific instructions is because I want it to work for you. It's not so much that I have to get the candles. I got to make the candles. I got to cleanse myself. I got to open my circle. I got to close my circle. And then they're burning in my home. That's not even so much it. I want it to work for you. Here's a perfect example. If you go to a job and you put in an application and you call the owner of this job every single day, am I going to get the job? Does it look like I'm going to get the job? Am I any closer to getting a job? What do you per se is going to happen? The owner is going to get annoyed 9 times out of 10 and trash your resume or your application or stuff it to the bottom of the list because you're rushing the owner. of the company or the franchise or wherever you want to get a job, correct? Same thing with a spell. Once Mother Universe grants the request, you are given specific universal law instructions. You are not to rush the magic. Even if the candle or the spell is done, that does not mean the magic is completed. If you keep emailing me or whoever you get to do your spells, which you better be very careful who you get to do your spells. Just a heed, it's a warning. If you keep inboxing me on Facebook or text messaging me or Gmailing me, well, why didn't it work yet? Well, it's not working yet. You want to know why? Because it's canceled. You want to know why it's canceled? Because you're taking Mother Universe's acceptance of the spell and insulting her. Meaning, you have the right to tell Mother Universe how quickly your magic should be done. And when she should do it and how she should do it and when she should do it. Your candle magic, your magic is destroyed. First of all, when you have any type of spell done, whether you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for somebody, number one is belief. If you do not believe, failure. Number two is don't rush magic. It will cancel the magic out. It's an insult to Mother Universe. Excuse me, I still have this bronchitis and upper respiratory infection. This is insane. Number three, let the magic work. Stay positive. It's not Mother Universe. It's not me or the person who's doing the spells for you if your spells do not work. It is you. Now, sometimes spells need to be reworked. They need to be redone. Even if Mother Universe grants the request. Even if you're the most powerful witch out there. You're the most badass witch out there. And you know it, and so does everybody else know it. Like myself. Sometimes candles have to be reworked. Now, this court case candle, not this particular candle, but I've done one for a client. It had to be reworked. I did it again. Without lies. She settled out for $80,000 after the second candle was done burning, after 3.5 years of fighting the lawsuit. But it had to be reworked, and that's okay. It's better than a failure. So if you go to myself or another person, excuse me for pointing, and you get a candle done or a magic done or a spell done, and you rush the spell, you rush the magic, you don't believe and you don't stay positive, well, you can guarantee your magic is not going to work. And when it does not, don't go around telling people that the person you went to or myself is a fake. Because we're not the fake ones. You decided to destroy the magic by not listening to universal instructions that are imperative and are given to you by a person like myself who was taught traditionally by my ancestors. That's why they're given to you, so that the magic will work properly. Because these are stepping stones, just like a job. You can't get a job without putting in an application whether you know somebody or you don't. You get a spell done, you get some magic work done. If you don't do the necessary steps to help this magic work, it's not going to work properly. It may not work at all. And part of that process is believing, staying positive, sending positive vibes, and not rushing magic. Please, it's so imperative. You don't know how many times I've told people over and over and over, do you understand these specific instructions before we proceed with permission? Universal law, permission. And they say yes. And then I'm looking at the candle burning and I'm like, oh no, oh no. They showed somebody, they told somebody, or they're not believing or they're not staying positive because I could tell the way the candle's burning. So, next thing I want to talk about. Hold on one second. Now, every real witch has a book of shadows. I love my little baby book of shadows. Why I love this baby book of shadows is because I can take it everywhere I go and I travel a lot. I make my own spells. Now, there's nothing wrong with going in a book and taking a spell from a book and using it if you like it. You could go into a book and say the book says, well, you got to use a pink flower and you can't get a pink flower. Well, you can use a red flower. You can mix it up. You can add a little touches of your own. See, what spells are, they're creative. It's like artwork. They come from your mind. You make them up. And then they're beautiful pieces of art that work through the magic world. But here's the kicker. The Book of Shadows. It's called a book for a reason. Because when you're done the Book of Shadows, you have completed and successfully completed a whole entire book full of pure, originated spells that now you can go and get published, as I'm doing myself. And there you go. You have a book that now can be published full of originated spells by a spellcaster or a witch, a high priestess, a witch, a master spellcaster, whatever you call yourself. We're no better than the other. We're just gifted in different ways. You can leave it for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and there you go. So I advise you, please, whether you get a big giant one for at home, you get a baby one to take on the road, every single spell that you come up with, make sure that you write it down in your Book of Shadows. Whether you made it up yourself, whether you took it from a book and added a little bit of your own, dibs and dabs to it and made it yours, and then you can go and publish it. And trust me, when it comes to a book of spells, you can get it published, because there's everybody in the world that wants spells. So please go out there and buy yourself a Book of Shadows if you already don't have one. And get one that you're drawn to. And write every little spell in it, even if it's not a perfected spell. The date, the day, the time you made the spell. And if it's not perfected, go back and do it again. The date, the time, and the spell. And then put completed. The spell is done. There you go. How awesome is that? So, if you have anything to say, or you would like to know more about anything that I taught today, please comment below. If you liked this video, you can always give me a thumbs up, a subscribe button, and the little bell button that you push so that when I do come on, you can get alerts. If you didn't like the video, or you didn't agree, that's totally fine. I don't get offended by that. There's lots of things out here on YouTube that I don't agree with, but I don't give a thumbs down because there's just no reason, because I have a thumb that I have to give a thumbs down. I'll just keep scrolling on by if I don't like what somebody has to say. So please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, and please give me some feedback on what you thought about this video. And if you liked it, if it made any sense, and if there's anything more that I can teach you on my next YouTube video. With that being said, love and light, many blessings, angels, protection, everything positive, and blessed be. From Lady Lisa, your high priestess, I love you all. So much to be.